everyone, it's Kritika. I'm spending the next 48 hours inside San Francisco International Airport, and in this video, I'm taking you behind the scenes with me. In the last 5 years of being a travel vlogger, I've been to countless airports around the world. I love airports so much and they literally feel like second home to me now. But this is the first time I'm actually going to be staying at an airport for over 48 hours. And I get insider access, so we get to see some of the inner workings of an airport. With all the traveling I do, I'd be lying if I said I don't feel guilty about the carbon footprint I'm leaving behind. I do try to be sustainable in my own ways when I'm traveling. So when SFO invited me to come check out the airport and see some of the behind the scenes measures they're taking at the airport to be more sustainable, I packed my bags, took a 16-hour flight to San Francisco, and here I am. In my time at SFO, I saw countless planes take off and land, played with the adorable animals of the airport, did some sightseeing, and got to see parts of the airport I never imagined I could. This video is sponsored by San Francisco International Airport, and I'm honestly blown away by everything I've seen here and all the inspiring people I've met, so you don't want to miss this video. I took an Air India flight from Bengaluru to San Francisco. They have direct flights from Delhi, Mumbai and Bengaluru to San Francisco. My flight was 16 hours long, but it was probably the most comfortable 16 hours. I flew business class, so of course the seats were great, and I'm not even exaggerating, but the food on the flight was so delicious, and I love how well connected San Francisco is to India now. I got here earlier this morning and I'm staying at the beautiful Grand Hyatt at SFO, which is the only hotel in the airport premises. And this is my room with an epic view of the runway. And this is so cool. They've literally given me binoculars to spot planes. How amazing is that? Honestly, I could just sit here by the window and enjoy this view of flights taking off and landing. It's so beautiful. But we have a lot to do and see, so let's get going. When you think of an airport, you don't particularly think about sightseeing. But here at SFO, there are a bunch of things you can do to keep yourself occupied. So I'm at the Sky Terrace in Terminal 2, which is an observation deck that's open to general public. So even if you're not flying, you can actually come here and check out this amazing view of the runway. SFO has parallel runways, so you can actually spot two planes taking off at the same time, which is such a crazy sight. And if you have some extra time here, you could check out the stunning art around the airport, watch a short film, or even visit a museum. This is supposedly the only fully accredited airport museum all around the world, which is really cool, and it's free of cost. This recreation of the original airport terminal has rotating exhibitions and even a library inside it. There's like a whole world in here inside this airport. If you're stressed from all the traveling or have a long layover and you want to just relax, they've got a yoga room in here. They've actually got 2 yoga rooms at this airport, and you can use these for free, relax, stretch, and honestly I've never seen any airport with a yoga room, so this is very fascinating. SFO wants to be the first airport in the world to achieve triple zero, so zero carbon, zero waste and zero net energy, to provide healthier spaces for its travelers and employees. One of the easiest ways to be sustainable when you're traveling is to carry a water bottle. So I've carried this water bottle with me all around the world. SFO has this very cool water filling station. So they've got water in 3 different temperatures. There's room temperature, cold water and hot water. Is this the first airport in the world to do something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. And you get a lot of really cool reactions from people who are like, wow, there's water, there's a lot of different temperatures. Definitely one of the best aspects for when you're just coming out of security, like in a rush. Yeah. A moment to calm down, gather yourself, get some water, and then head on to your flight.
Reminder to always carry a water bottle. So SFO's sustainability efforts are also extended to all the stores that you see at the airport. So I'm gonna go check out Napa Farms and see what they're doing to make their business more sustainable. The products here are fresh and locally sourced, and as part of SFO's Green Business Program, they're trying to move away from single-use plastic in favor of 100% recyclables, reducing waste that ends up in a landfill. So no plastic bottles, even this one over here, which looks like plastic, it's actually compostable, so very sustainable packaging. There are so many options for vegetarians and vegans over here. I've honestly never seen so many vegetarian options while traveling abroad, so very impressed. There are lots of great eating joints here at the airport, but as you can imagine, airports produce a lot of waste, and Honestly, I've never really thought about how they manage their waste collection and sorting all of that out. Here at SFO, they have a food donation program, SFO Unites Against Hunger, where any surplus food, whether it's from airline lounges or retail stores, is collected and donated to various non-profits. Here's how it works.
I will come into this room over here and I fill up one of these crates, put it in this commercial size refrigerator, and our nonprofit service provider, Replate, will haul it off site to various nonprofits. So we have all of our pre-packaged sandwiches. I see some quinoa. So a lot of really healthy and good snacks that instead of being landfilled are now being distributed to those that are facing food insecurity. We donated over 10,600 pounds of surplus food, and this accounts for almost 3 million gallons of embedded water saved, over 8,000 meals served, and over 21,000 pounds of carbon diverted.
And they've even put so much thought into the design of the trash cans.
So the reason why the lids are all different is that we are really trying to use the circle to promote proper recycling of bottles and cans, and then we want to reduce the amount of landfill material that goes in, just because not a lot of material produced at the airport goes into the landfill. And then most of the material that comes out of the businesses here really should go into the composting.
I can't believe how much attention to detail has gone into these trash bins, something we just overlook normally. I'm taking the free and clean AirTrain back to the hotel now with an amazing view of the sunset, and I'll talk more about the AirTrain tomorrow, but I just ordered some room service for myself and I can't help but notice that the packaging is compostable, which makes me very happy. I feel like this is something I may not have noticed before, but yeah, I just learned so much today and we're just getting started. Tomorrow we have so much behind the scenes stuff lined up. So gonna eat my dinner with the view of the runway and see you all tomorrow. Good morning everyone, feeling super refreshed after that good night's sleep and woke up to the most beautiful view of the sunrise. Could literally see it from my bed and I can't imagine a better view to wake up to. But today's agenda is super packed. We're going to be seeing a lot more behind the scenes at the airport and meeting some interesting people. So starting my day at this beautiful spot, and I'm about to meet Erin, who's the head of sustainability here at the airport, and she's going to talk us through some of the sustainable measures they're taking at the airport.
Welcome to San Francisco International Airport. We are an airport that is targeting zero net energy, zero carbon, and zero waste by 2030, and we hope to be the first airport to accomplish that. So that's really what we're here to do today, is to tour and give you just some excerpts of the great work that we're doing to achieve zero.
San Francisco City has this biodiversity program which basically involves giving more access to nature for all the residents, and SFO tries to extend that, and they've got some incredible plants over here at the airport. Here at SFO, they're very intentional about the types of landscapes that they plant because there is minimal irrigation around the airport.
So we're focusing on drought-tolerant landscapes and drip irrigation to conserve water and to just make more of a sculptural garden.
Always on the job.
Always
Do you
on
just
the
like
job.
carry this around?
Yeah, I carry my tools around. If I always tell people to do stuff, at least they'll know that I'm doing it too, so that I'm not
Setting a good example.
Yeah, I'm just telling them, do that.
So many beautiful flowers here around the airport. Can I take this with me?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So something really incredible about this airport is that this entire stretch of land that you see actually belongs to the airport, and they've sort of tried to maintain this whole land, and you can see a lot of different species like the red-legged frog and the garter snake. It's very interesting to see how mindful the airport is of sort of coexisting with nature, and I think that's something that's really stood out with all my interactions with everyone at the airport. I am now inside the Harvey Milk Terminal, which is the newest and the most eco-friendly terminal here.
Welcome to Harvey Milk Terminal 1. It is the airport's first LEED Platinum, WELL Platinum, and Fitwell certified building, which means that we're very focused on the building's experience for all of our passengers as well as the environment.
Airport terminals are usually quite chaotic, but as you walk through this terminal, you can't help but feel a sense of serenity.
So my first question to you is, take a deep breath.
Okay.
And then imagine, what did you just breathe in? What do we know about what we're breathing in?
Yeah.
You can't see it,
Yeah.
okay? But sometimes you can actually detect an odor in the air, and then you may think something is going on. So we need to think very carefully about how we design airports and what materials and systems we use in order to protect the public.
They have a highly efficient outdoor air filtration system, so the air you breathe inside this terminal is as clean as it gets.
So is the air quality better inside the airport than outside?
Yes.
Or it is? Okay.
Yes.
The windows inside this terminal are designed in a way so that they naturally tint when it's sunny outside.
It saves energy, reduces the lighting loads in the building, and it reduces glare when the sun is low in the horizon at the early morning and late afternoon.
This is also one of the most fun terminals here. You can get coffee made by a robot, check out some museum exhibits, and wait for it. I'm about to show you the cutest thing you've probably ever seen at an airport. This here is the Wag Brigade. The Wag Brigade is a group of therapy pets that wander the airport to ease the stress and anxiety of travel. So Alex here is part of the Wag Brigade, and basically he's a therapy animal, so you're encouraged to come pet him, and honestly this is the best thing ever. I don't ever want to leave. Oh, he's so cute! Meet Brixton, who's also part of the Wag Brigade. I don't think I want to do anything else for the rest of the day. Just want to sit here and pet Alex. I can't remember the last time I felt this relaxed at an airport. Let's refill some water while we're here and head to our next stop. I've been using the AirTrain to get around the airport. These run 24/7, 365 days a year. There's a train every 4 minutes, and it also connects you with the Bay Area Rapid Transit, also known as BART.
So if you jump on the BART station, it can take you to numerous areas around the Bay Area. We have, 41 vehicles, and we've got 2 lines of service. So we have the blue line and we have the red line.
What's incredible is that the AirTrain is powered by clean hydroelectricity.
That actually amounts to 600,000 reduced shuttle trips on an annual basis. So just mind-boggling.
Besides the AirTrain, you can also get around SFO in electric buses.
These are our DC fast chargers for our electric buses. They're 125 kilowatt, which means they can fully charge one of these 440 kilowatt buses in about 3.5 hours.
Look who's riding the bus with us.
Over the 12-year design lifespan of this bus, it will reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by 23 million pounds just by virtue of replacing an existing vehicle.
So we're gonna get a tour of this building, but Amy, tell us what's special about this.
Yeah, this is our largest all-electric building. So we have a goal to meet zero net energy by 2030, and that's has a bunch of facets to it. One, we want to reduce how much energy we use, and we want to make sure that energy that we're going to be using is from carbon-free or renewable sources. Electricity is 100% carbon-free. We get it from a hydroelectric plant, but we also want to generate solar electricity on site. So solars are preferred, and you'll get to see a bunch of the systems on our beautiful rooftops that have great views. All of these are solar panels.
So next we're checking out the Airside Operations, which is this building behind me.
You're standing on the top of the first zero net energy building certified in the world on an airport campus. This building generates as much electricity as it uses. And so you can check out the solar panels here. These are the tops of the solar tubes, which brings natural light down into our spaces.
Another really cool thing about this building is that all the VIPs who land at this airport actually come into this building first. So I'm in the same building as a lot of presidents and other VIPs. I guess that makes me a VIP as well. So where are we heading?
We're heading to the Meliong treatment plant. So the special thing about SFO's Meliong treatment plant is it's one of very few treatment plants that airports have, where it's collecting all the waste from airport operations in our campus, both sanitary and industrial activities. We treat up to 1.2 million gallons of water a day.
Wow.
All water that with advanced water treatment and recycled water can be reused.
That's amazing, yeah. To be more drought smart, besides water treatment, they also have bioswales to capture storm water,
which is so beautiful at different times of year, and it attracts all of our bee friends and other insects that are beneficial to the environment.
So we're standing in front of San Francisco's fuel farm. This is the facility that actually receives all fuel. So conventional Jet A is what it's called, which is just basically the aircraft fuel. And the beauty of this and why it's one of the most sustainable features at the airport is because it is currently receiving the highest volume of sustainable aviation fuel of any airport or fuel farm in the country.
And if you're wondering what sustainable aviation fuel is, it's basically jet fuel made from renewable materials such as waste biomass or food scraps.
So at SFO, we currently use sustainable aviation fuel that's made out of fry oil or fats, oils, and greases.
Let's head to the airfield and see this live in action. So we're ending our tour today at the coolest spot. I don't think I've ever been out in the open like this at the airport. We're at the ramp, the runway is right in front of me, and there are tons of private planes over here, which is super cool. Just casually walking underneath a plane. So there are tons of private planes here, very fancy part of the airport, and this one, fun fact, is the Gulfstream. So Erin, tell us what this is.
So this is actually a refueling of an aircraft using sustainable aviation fuel. This is literally the closest you can get to sustainability at an airport. One of our goals to fully decarbonize air transport is to remove any liquid fuel and get to all electrified transit. And with the eVTOLs, the electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, some are being made actually in the Bay Area. We think that's going to happen in the next year or two.
Yeah, that's actually incredible. I had no idea electric flights were... they're not even in the future, they're already here, so that's amazing.
Get ready for the Jetsons.
This is probably one of the coolest spots I've been at, and I have seen so many planes take off and land, and it just looks so beautiful. And then I got to go on one of the best drives I have ever been on. Just driving around the airport, not something you get to do every day. We went around the airfield and saw tons of planes taking off and landing. I'm getting to see so many planes from up close, which is so cool. This was probably the highlight of my day. Today has been quite an insightful and thought-provoking day, and all this left me wondering how we can do our bit as travelers to save our planet. And Erin has some great tips for us.
You can actually book using a lot of different apps right now, including actually Google Flights, to determine what the least impactful flight is to choose. So you can look at the carbon intensity of your flight and then select based upon that. Number 2 is thinking about slow travel. So instead of, we were talking about that earlier.
We were talking about that. And that's something I want to do as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So instead of booking a flight and staying there for a couple of days and then returning home, thinking about ways that you can build in additional steps or additional trips while you're there, and honestly considering taking alternative forms of transit. So high-speed rail and other things obviously have a lower carbon footprint. When you're packing, think about how to travel light. It means you're bringing less weight on the plane, and less weight means it takes less fuel to take off and to have you on board. At SFO, we have a program called the Good Traveler, which is a carbon offset program. So if you can minimize your footprint first by packing light, and I should have also said bringing reusables, things that you can refill, then you can also offset the impact of your flight. So buying carbon offsets that are verified and are part of a bulk program like the Good Traveler is a great way to do it as well. And just overall enjoying travel and not feeling guilty about it. Those are some great tips and kind of steps that, again, my family takes, and I know we promote across our passengers, so they can enjoy their destination and not be have any environmental anxiety when they arrive.
No, that's amazing. That's very helpful to know, and something I'm going to keep in mind when I'm traveling. So I'm at Goel and Crane for dinner, which is the restaurant at the Grand Hyatt. I've ordered myself some vegan fried rice, which is looking and smelling amazing. This is delicious. So I'm in my room now at the Grand Hyatt at SFO, and honestly, I feel like I could just spend all day here without doing anything thanks to these binoculars. So like I mentioned, they have these binoculars and a plane spotting guide, and you can actually identify based on these tips over here, what kind of aircraft you're looking at. This is such a unique experience. I've stayed at different airport hotels before, but I don't think I've ever seen this. There's a United flight just taking off. This is honestly so cool. I wish I could show you what it looks like from inside this. I've had the most amazing stay over here. The room is super comfortable. The view from here has been the highlight, but I was curious to see what the hotel is doing in order to be more sustainable. I've already noticed a few things inside the room. There's been no single-use plastic. The food that I ordered came in compostable packaging, and the water bottles in the room are made of aluminum. But apart from this, I was curious to see what else the hotel is doing. So let's head downstairs, get some breakfast, and I'm going to show you around the hotel and see some of the things they're up to. One of the first things you'll notice as you enter this hotel is the beautiful design and all the incredible art, and of course, amazing views of the runway. I've been eating at Quail and Crane the last couple of days, and not only is this a beautiful space, the ingredients used here are locally sourced and the food has been outstanding. So I'm at the rooftop of the Grand Hyatt at SFO. This place isn't really open to public, so very cool that I get to be here. Something very interesting that they do here is that on the terrace here, they have their own beekeeping thing and a herb garden in the back there.
What we're most proud of is our honeybees that we have on the roof, where we have worked with a local beekeeper who comes out and helps us care for the bees, but then we're able to harvest the honey and use that in programming throughout the hotel.
Essentially, all the honey and the herbs that are being used in the hotel is cultivated in-house. Not only that, they also have solar panels here on the roof, and they're partially solar powered. Also, the view from here is pretty impressive. And just like that, my time at SFO has now come to an end. It's been honestly such an incredible experience touring the airport, getting to see some parts of the airport that I never thought I'd have access to, and just learning about all the efforts SFO is putting into being more sustainable. I can't thank SFO enough for this wonderful opportunity, and of course I can't leave without exploring the city. So I'm going to be spending the next couple of days exploring San Francisco, so keep an eye out for that video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!